Hello, Twitch. How's it going? And welcome to Neon Lights Roleplay. Specifically, welcome to Neon Afterglow, the actual play cyberpunk red game that we are continuing here on Neon Lights Roleplay today. I am your host and your game maestro, Tate Washburn. And I would love for each of my players to introduce themselves and the character they are playing, starting from, let's say, the left side of the screen with Michelle.
Oh, okay. I guess it's me first. Hello, it's me, Michelle. I don't exist on the internet, so don't go and find me. But today I am playing LynX, our hacktivist netrunner who also doesn't really tend to exist anywhere because she's paranoid. So yeah, she's me. If you grew up in a devastated nuclear holocaust of a city, yeah, that. Moving on.
Next will be Foxy. We're just going down the line.
Yo, what up, friends? It's Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest, back and in the seat of the character that began this long fucking journey for me with Fox the Fixer himself, Nair of South Night City, back and ready to do things the way he always fucking does it and keep it a gangster the whole fucking time. I can't express the hype I have for this campaign in a single, sentence, so I'm gonna not do that and instead just let it all be expressed out on the fucking table. Let's get into it, friends. I'm ready.
And now next is Dan.
Oh, well, fuck. Hey, y'all. Buonasera. I'm Landon Dan. I play Doc Huckabee, the medtech who really just wants to help everybody, but make money doing it. Although my debts are paid off now, so that last part isn't as important.
And last would be Joe.
Hi, my name's Joe. I play Dion. Dion, along with me, had to take a pretty big break from everything tabletop for a while. But yeah, excited to pick up where it left off.
Good love for Joe. I'm so
Excellent.
glad to have you back, family. I've missed you so goddamn
Yeah,
much.
so much love for
Thank
Joe.
you.
Holy fuck.
nice-
Everybody
it's nice
give
to
love
be
for
back.
Joe in the chat.
Thank you. Having fun already.
And just so everyone in the just so everyone in the audience knows, the Make Foxy Foxier while I am GMing something will make Tate more llama-eater, neon-eater. We'll figure out a better way to say that.
I will
Not
simply
important.
not debase the most thug character I've ever played in that way. I'm sorry.
Entirely fair.
Again,
Again,
after all the times he did it before.
listen.
All right, we're gonna see how Foxy made this, but we're gonna jump right
thing,
into
baby.
it. It is starting to hit nightfall in Night City. Although you wouldn't really notice it from the city streets. Generally, the only difference is the light goes from warm and natural to a harsh, artificial color as holograms and neon signs and LEDs replace stars in most places. It is a city that is more beautiful when you look at it, but not when you look up. A mist rolls in, making every light glow less for you and more for itself in an ethereal way as we see Night City, or neon lights at Night City, the only mega building not plastered in corporate sponsors, but instead on local businesses and art projects of the people who live there. It's shorter than some of the mega buildings you can see in the distance. And like any building still under construction but lived in, there's about a 2-story segment of construction that is simply suspended in between the bottom and top. And the lights through the whole thing are bright, and music is pumping from the outside as we enter. And the first thing we see as I change the audio here for a second I do want slightly different music there, is Foxy. Fox is in his element at a party in neon lights that is the party for him? Like, is that the point of this party?
I mean, every party's for me if I'm around, so.
All right, so give us a little flavor. This is a building full of people you used to live with, and that helps support you in your now full position as mayor of the South Night City area. What's this like?
We'll keep it pretty classy, honestly. I think we got in a good sort of like 1, maybe 2 floor area. The lower lounges and areas kind of just emptied out, full of space. You got a bar separated out. Drinks are flowing freely. People are enjoying. There's a thick haze in the air from something you probably shouldn't ask about if you're not old enough. Don't worry about it. Everybody's having a good, wonderful time. Music is loud and blasting everywhere. You mean Fox himself is probably mostly just moving around. There's definitely a section he's hollowed out for himself with his closest compatriots hanging around, enjoying the finest, and then controlling the musical vibe. But otherwise, I think it's mostly just kind of moving around, where he can, saying hi to people, taking drinks here and there, handing out drinks here or there, laughing, making sure people are in the right space, just hosting. I don't think he's necessarily directly hosting the event, but I'm a local fucking celebrity. I might as well make myself known, goddammit, you mean?
I do think you probably already went and saw Auntie Noelle. Like, that's someone you got to talk to before the party starts, obviously.
Saw her when I walked in. You don't walk in somebody's house and not speak to them. Come on, I grew up in a black household.
You are in the sort of... you are in the sort of central area. Around you are actually different stalls for like shops, food, clothing, cyberware, stuff like that. It's nothing as much as a night market. It's really just like constant necessities. The cyberware are like common parts or like some of the light sort of fashion wear type stuff. Mostly it's food and supplies and things. You can hear sort of no, this is inside the building, but there's just like a big sort of central area. In the corner is the gas station that used to not be part of the building that has been incorporated into it with the vending machines. They've really turned what was the parking lot originally into like a common area.
In that case, I have one single amendment to my previous statement. As opposed to having hollowed out a section somewhere in the corner of the party, instead, I have pulled the nicest of my supercars into the parking lot right in front of the gas station, and we're parking lot pimping right now. All my close compatriots are hanging around my car, blowing gas. Even though there's music playing at the party, I'm playing my own music through the speakers in my own system. We're parking lot pimping right now. You mean we're fucking it up?
Yeah. I think this used to be fully a parking lot, and there is still a pathway from there to now the underground garage area that you've just sort of stopped your car and who's playing music? Did you bring music, or was there already music here? You just put your car out to show off.
The party itself is probably DJed by my boy Nicky O, because I can't pull through the hood and not bring the kinfolk out, frankly. So that's one statement right there. But like that's the actual party itself. Over here in a private area where the car is pulled up at, I just got the speakers blasting, playing whatever is on the Fox Shuffle through the phone. You mean the car speaker is dumped, so everybody around the parking lot gonna hear me regardless. But I'm just playing whatever's on the shuffle. Some Future, some Drizzy. Honestly, if you're going through most of the hype songs on the Fox playlist, anyone in the server, it's mostly those. It's a lot of those.
Yeah. I think you also see that Enzo and one of his drones. You don't actually see Enzo yet. One of his drones are like flying around. It seems like there's maybe a camera on it. Maybe he's rented it out to someone who wants to like take pictures. But I think that it's pointedly avoiding your sort of little private area. Which, again, to be clear, this is all inside. It's just inside like what used to be a parking lot, and I think maybe people still call it the parking lot.
What I'm saying, baby. Quite literally, it's a movie everywhere I go.
Yeah. I do think Nicky ends a set where he's directly making the music, and he just starts putting on some tunes. I think at that point he actually just switches it over to your tunes while there's not a set going, and he comes down and sits next to you for a minute and goes, "Oh, well, thank you for inviting me, but Ani Noel already kind of did.
I mean, I figured as much, but I had to make sure the kinfolk got invited. Yeah, you gotta recognize, bruh. Getting invited to the party is one thing. Me inviting you is a second thing. Status matters out here, all right?
He's like, true. I get to drink any toasts to you.
Absolutely.
Just like the
To you,
gesture.
my boy.
And he starts drinking. It's synthetic, but it's good synthetic. And after a long drink and him listening to the music, he's like, hey, so I haven't heard much from you. Even like official mayor shit, we haven't heard much from you.
I've been
What's going on?
Low family. I ain't gonna lie to you. Politico shit got me fucking chopped up recently, so I slid out. You mean hit the hood for a little bit? I've been on the super dolo. You mean keeping it cool and low, fucking the baddest, smoking the finest. You mean keeping it super low right now. That's all.
Look, you couldn't pay me to take the job you've taken, man. That does sound pretty exhausting.
Babe, if you'd have flashback time machine me 3-4 months ago and told me what the fuck all this shit was, I'd have dropped out. I ain't gonna cap to you.
Well, thanks, really. I feel like you've done a lot for us.
Hey, boy, everybody eats, man. I can't get on and not put the city on, you feel me? So I'm gonna do what I can where I can, but I can only do but so much, you feel?
Yeah. I think in universe, it's definitely still that playlist, but there's quite a few like current modern songs.
Alright.
And you're reminded that the sort of soundscape of the city for the last few months has always been a mix of genres, but it has sort of started to lean towards a more rap, electronic, like hip hop kind of vibe.
To quote Rico Nasty, every day I see a clone.
And a lyric comes up in this sort of lull in conversation that I think that Fox realizes, whether he said so or not, or I think maybe you can decide, that strikes him sort of about his reputation. It is about Fox, and love for you to put a little in there if you got something, or just like a vibe.
You gotta let me cook on it. But I feel like if you're going for like what Fox's reputation is right now, I think the line gets across that like the city isn't as bloody as it used to be anymore, but it was really bloody for a while, and there's a reason it's not effectively. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you mean like I think the reputation Fox has built up is of like it's a clean cut persona. It's suave, it's precise, it's elaborate, it's handsome. But beneath that is like the bloodthirsty heart of like South Night City's crime that brought him up and let him get to where he is. Like beneath all of that is a gaze that says, if you are in my way, you will not be for long.
Yeah. And I think that maybe reminds you for a moment as you look around and you notice, or maybe you've already known, that Red is not there at the party.
That ain't too surprising. She don't like functions like this for real.
Yeah, especially speaking of the violence that built up you in Night City. It is less violent, but no less dangerous.
Yeah, I'm calling Red for no reason, yeah.
I'm going to pass this over actually to either Dan or Michelle, whichever one of you wants to. Don't make me call on you, children.
Popcorn reading.
We will.
All right. Well, Michelle went first before, so this time Dan.
Oh, don't you want to be consistent? All right.
Nope. Anyways, we're gonna have actually a little bit of a flashback. Where was Doc working today?
Doc was working at his. I need to pull up the map. Uh-oh. Not my connection to the server. Doc has been working from in the Haywood area. From the mom and pop and I guess son cyberware shop that he set up with his parents after they were freed. Working with his dad on some new experimental cyberware. Still trying to figure out why we can't get it to be consistently stable with any of the corporate cyberware that we work with, or any cyberware that was pre-nuke.
Yeah. I would love some kind of roll just to sort of vibe with how far along you are on that understanding.
All right.
For those of you who were not here the first time we played, Cyberpunk Red is a D10 system with unbounded accuracy, so we will see how well he does here.
There's so many stats, though.
There are
the most
dump truck of them. I would take something like science, or I believe you have your roll skill is like a surgery type deal.
Yeah. I have cybertech skill, I have surgery, I have some science skill. I thought that was under education. It's not. Oh yeah, I have biology training.
Yeah, so you can pick one of those. Just let me know which one it is and roll for it, pretty please.
All right. Well, since we're trying to figure out the interactions of cybertech, I will make a cybertech roll.
Absolutely.
And I think that's 20.
Yeah, you did a crit,
That's a
which
crit.
then rolls it, adds it on again.
Oh,
And,
we love when
oh
we
boy.
crit. Damn, first fucking roll of the game and we crit. Sure, hell yeah. I'm like how that sounds.
For
I
a
don't
It's just
just want
my luck,
25
I think.
total.
Y'all. For also people at home and for my players who might not have seen that, there is a like scale of DV that kind of gets you like what difficulty value is appropriate for what kind of task. You just beat the incredible second to last category. So I think that you, for the question you asked, you effectively have the answer. It's just one of those answers that's easier said than done. That it's not like a software problem. And at first you thought it was a hardware problem, but actually it maybe is more of a biological problem. It seems like each of these different eras of cyberware, or different types, the bodies are, like the nerves are attaching to the sort of ends of this cyberware in vastly different ways depending on which one. It's hard for you to really say with Corpo Tech right now, just because you keep running into the, which is now almost terrifyingly widespread, the virus, the like little cyber bugs from the one arm that you guys found months and months ago. Either it escaped from you in little pieces, or it's been released through other cyberware, but there is this sort of little miniature or microbots that every once in a while people will just have, and it's most prevalent in corporate cyberware. And that's kind of fucking with that. But the old school stuff and the new stuff, it's really just the nerve endings are adapting differently. Although I'd say a thing you notice sort of as a side note that is still baffling to you is that some people, for no reason at all, seem to just not have an issue with cyberpsychosis. And it's not like they've always never had an issue. In some cases, it's like out of nowhere, for no reason, someone who's just cybered the hell up just stops having, like just is completely cured in like a week.
Huh.
And it does seem more prevalent with new and old school cyberware. I should say your family's like DIY and the old school stuff, not the Corpo stuff.
Okay.
So I think that's something you and your father have sort of been like analyzing. What's your dad do in this sort of clinic? Is he the same skill set as you? Is he a different skill set?
He is more on the design side of things. That was always more his forte, was actually designing and building the cyberware. I handle the more of the installation side of things and also the fine tuning to get it ready to actually be attached to a human.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Since that is my specialty.
Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, you've been working for a bit on someone for the last hour or so, and it's a client that you are familiar with. I just got to make sure I have their name correct. Oh yeah, it's Carla McCartan. If you remember, she is a former member of the Silver Agers, the sort of poser gang is what they're known as, for audience who might not remember.
One, right?
Yes, she was the Magneto one. A poser gang is a gang of people who take on personas of other famous people in the past or characters, and they all form themselves after comic book characters from the Silver Age of comics, although their modern
They're like the
understanding
Kings
of
from
it is
Fallout
wonky.
4, except less cool.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. These days, though, she's not in a poser gang. She actually is like part of a private security firm and doesn't have the sort of magnet powers in her cyberware because she got way too close to cyberpsychosis. It is now sort of a slot that is in her arm that she then connects to a like magnetic manipulation glove type deal. It's less exact, but also less taxing on her, and she's been sort of on the table for a bit as you've been sort of maintaining these custom bits that she likes to design, and says, well, Doc, I can't thank you enough for squeezing me in here. I hear you got a party to get to tonight.
Ah, yes. One cannot refuse a personal invitation from the mayor. You know?
Well, I mean, if anyone can, it's actually probably LynX. But you'd be a close second, right?
I suppose I cannot argue. Still, I don't like to be rude.
Entirely fair. Entirely fair. She tests out the arm. I think that maybe you've been like updating sort of just the right arm and some of like the servos and such so that she has sort of a lifting power. It's a lot of wear and tear, this magnetic thing. You have to do a lot of custom work to make sure stuff doesn't get yanked out of it while she's using this magnetic gauntlet. And she flexes and says, well, I definitely got the eddies for you. And anything else I can get you? Favors? Anything been bothering you I could help with? I got guys now. Feels weird, right?
Look at you, how far you've come.
Yeah. Gotta say, it's thanks to you guys. I was not in a great place back then.
No need to thank us. Just continue living your life. As far as anything else you can do for me, I'll reach out. I'll be in touch if I need anything.
All right then, doctor's orders, I guess. And
now, I tell you not to do any heavy lifting for a while, but we both know that's not going to happen.
I mean, I won't be doing the lifting. And she sort of does this hand flex that you recognize as how she activates the gauntlet. But that's a technicality. See you, Doc, as she starts heading out. Your account gets pinged the eddies before she's out the door. Yeah, your parents both do live here, but they have kind of tried to give you your own space. I think they actually live in a building pretty close to it, and it's one of the few buildings in Haywood that are like fully structured. They're not like a temporary tent. Although there's more of them than there were a few months ago. They're still pretty rough, which is why you set this up here. I think your parents have left you a little note from when your father was in here last. Any flavor for what they might leave Doc a note for?
Probably something business related or research related. Some kind of new breakthrough they've had, or just a shopping list.
Yeah, I think it's a sort of a breakthrough. It's a small iteration on one of your dad's cyber legs. You got a lot of like young kids who need something super lightweight, but like the joints wear out pretty quick if they're rough on it. You especially have several like young teenagers who are getting super into parkour, and their limbs have to be super adjustable because they're growing constantly, and yet they're also jumping off of buildings, which you've told them not to do, but they will keep doing it. So it's like a note on that. And at the bottom in your mother's handwriting is just have fun at the party. And then initials. And
I will.
Oh hey, well we have a raid. A rogues raid. From
raid. You never see the rogues raid coming.
Excellent. Well, we're really early in the episode, so stay tuned.
We're just
would love to hear...
getting raided when we're on break or leaving.
Right, usually. I think we fast forward to Doc has entered the party, but when he does, the camera sort of pans. This area, this open area, does have sort of open balconies on the levels, so that when you come out of your apartment, you can like look down into this area. At least for a few stories. There's every once in a while a new layer for like a new sort of minor shopping space, although it's really just more common areas still all the way up, and there's only like 2 of those right now, 3 if you count the one above the construction line. But I think LynX can tell me otherwise, but I think LynX would want a quiet corner up on one of these levels looking down while...
That is absolutely correct.
She is. While she is talking. You have 1 or 2 really small... they're not microscopic drones, they'd be like mini drones. They're the size of a bug. Although not all of them look like that anymore. You have 1 or 2 near you, and you have your VR goggles on. And who would LynX be talking to while she's doing work when she should be relaxing?
You pegged LynX to a T. LynX is currently getting a dressing down from her not big bro Oryx, who is just basically like in the corner going, "Hey, you should join the party." And I think she's in a conference call with Oryx and Manny the Young, and is sort of like, you can see as LynX is sort of moving her hands around and swiping at various screens, she's sitting here looking very relaxed while remote hacking into an Arasaka building because fuck those guys, and also monitoring various like keeping passive monitoring on the various like cameras around the building because the mayor's here. He's been shot in the nearby before. We're gonna keep a passive eye on things coming through. But also, fuck
know why I
Arasaka.
haven't died in all my dumb years? That one.
Yeah, I would love exactly 2 rolls, 1 from each of you, because 1, it's funny. I would love Foxy for you to roll for Fox, just a D10. I just want to see like number of times he's been shot at in his short reign as mayor.
I'll give it to you, babe. Stan Bizeye.
And in the meantime, Michelle, love to have just one net running roll of some kind.
Alright.
To just be like, how good is it?
Let me see if I can't figure out where interface here is. Rank 7. Can I roll interface? Does this thing allow me to roll interface? Can I find interface somewhere here? We have a new
We are in the time since we played last. Roll20 has made a more updated version of Cyberpunk Red, so we are also relearning some interface stuff.
Yep. Sheet, no question. Thanks, Roll20. It just takes some time, you know.
Oh, there we go.
Excellent.
I had to end the edit.
Yeah.
Roll interface.
There you go.
Roll bonus.
You roll real quick. So yeah, you've had to protect Fox from being shot about 4 times.
I've only been there for 3 months, by the way, friends.
Well, I think that this is more
an
like
average of 1 time a month. Someone
Yeah.
is trying to murder me.
I think that at least three of those times you were shot were actually just like one really bad
Right.
day when someone specifically took a shot at you metaphorically. I'm trying to remember. I think it was your ex, you know, but you're not
Oh,
sure.
joy.
You can't prove it. But it was Gerson, the Spade King.
Oh, right. Uh-huh. That sounds about right. The thing
you're
is, I
pretty-
can't tell if that's like an actual assassination attempt or like flirting. It's one or the other.
With him, it's hard. You do know that he did get kicked out of the cards. Maybe not necessarily for that, but pretty soon after that, Red's like, "Don't worry, I handled it."
Tough
in her
cookies,
sort of,
babe.
in her like very quiet and intimidating way. Now I need to look at this roll to see what's added. Yeah, so with an 11, I mean, it's still not bad. It's not great. I'm gonna be real. Although, I mean, this is a casual thing you do. I think that you realize that because you're not there, you have some limited tools. You don't have like an agent in it. You basically barely manage to like sabotage some stuff. You know that like some doors are gonna stop working while they take the time to try and figure out what you did. You didn't really get down to the deep level security, but you did leave traces to make an impression like somebody did, so they're gonna waste a bunch of time figuring out what was stolen.
I feel like she also just like
And you know,
added like the petty like I'm gonna just like the very petty sort of make your life just the littlest bit more difficult while also compounding the paperwork.
There's gonna be like more pop-ups on everyone's interfaces at their desk. The like vending machines are gonna like charge a little bit more and nobody knows why. Little things like that.
Yeah, it's like
The
nothing
annoying petty
complicated, just sort of like, we're just gonna make
Uh-huh.
your life a little bit more difficult because fuck you guys.
I've decided in this moment that you and Manny.
3 minutes later.
I've made the decision that at least a little bit, Manny and you pay for like building these drones with like making the costs of everything in corpo buildings a little more expensive as you skim money off the top effectively. Oryx, your AI copy of your older brother, is giving you a bit of a dress down. I'm like, hey, I know that it's important to you and you really enjoy messing with Arasaka as much as you do and other corporations and all that. And I'm not telling you to stop, but like, I am telling you, you do need to relax sometimes.
But
Yes,
bro,
You're here to party.
This is my relax time.
Manny backs you up. He's like, yeah, honestly, I never see her more relaxed than when she watches corpos scramble.
It's
I think
funny.
it brings her real joy.
Yeah. Look, bro, I mean, like, you probably, you weren't here when I was around, when I developed the petty streak, but after raising Foxy for, how long was it? Over 10 years?
Too long.
It's hurtful.
You-
Thank you. I'm right here.
You were also a child the whole time. I'm gonna call him over to
Right.
make sure he makes you relax in a second.
He's busy doing his mayor things, you know, the important stressful stuff and paperwork that, you know, I automate away, but whatever, you know, the socializing. Ugh.
You do on your cameras see two things. One, Doc has shown up. You see him walk in the door through cameras. And two, Nicky Yo has sort of left Foxy's little circle to go start his next set. So none of you are currently engaged, as I'm gonna let you run loose in the party. Really quick, big shout out to all our raiders and the raid party that got us over almost to 450 followers. That's amazing. You guys are
How wild it is
amazing.
that we're on like the first episode of the campaign that like is the sequel to like our first ever starting campaign, and we're now breaking 450 followers. That's a really surreal kind of feeling, actually. Thank you
Thank
all
you,
so
Rogan.
fucking much. Thank you, Brogan, and
Absolutely.
followers and friends. You are all incredible, and we love you so very much. Mwah.
You are the best,
Actually,
Rogan.
It's true.
Thank
The
you.
other one we kind of hate.
Actually, before you guys are fully let loose in the party, I would love to give our returning player Joe a little bit of something. Although this is a much different vibe, so now I gotta.
Push the music up.
Right? Dion, you are not feeling great. Not at all. You
Nice.
are in the darkest part of an alleyway you can find. Watching. There's people passing by. You're not in like the South Night City, sort of the battle area proper. You're not quite in any wealthy area either. So there's a good number of people. You're not really afraid of them normally, except tonight. Tonight you are. How's Dion doing? I'll let you decide, or we can roll for it to see how injured Dion is right now.
I always like to roll. It's just one thing about me. I was just like
One
a
thing
low
about
random
me,
element.
if I'm going to do one thing, I'm going to roll.
I'm rolling.
You're really
Because
just like
of
me,
the
for
nature
real.
of this check that we're gonna talk about in a minute, I think you could justify almost any skill you have right now as to like a thing that you had to do to get out of trouble recently.
I was trying to test it out. I couldn't figure out how to like just click on a stat to check it the same way with the other one.
If you close out, if you have like the edit thing open, if you close that out, you should be able to like roll your stats.
That's what I was thinking too.
So like whatever thing you're currently editing, if you just like look at the top right, it should be like a close button. Hit that. And you should be able to
Yeah,
roll.
I closed it. I still can't.
I think you can't roll
I mean,
regular
I can just
stats.
add-
You can roll skills though.
Oh yeah, you don't roll skills. You can't roll stats.
Oh, okay. Is that me? Okay. Sorry, I'm so bad with technology.
You're fine, darling.
Just gave myself 12 HP. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm adding this because I
Oh,
want
press
to.
subverted
Oh.
then.
Okay. Sorry. I'm going to go with my personal favorite.
Say
Perception.
it. Oh, I thought you were gonna say lip reading. Damn it.
I like lip reading, but
Perception
I
a
have
bit
2
better.
more points in
You're not gonna go
perception.
for composition.
Yeah.
How well can I write my way out of getting my ass kicked?
Gun to my head.
So,
What
yeah.
kind of essay can I come up with?
Can I spin a hot bar right now and not get shot in the back of the fucking head?
Ooh, 23 on
Yeah,
perception.
so-
Holy crap.
It's not a bad roll.
Yeah, got a 23, so just under the incredible in the heroic category. You have had to keep an eye out for. You're not sure yet, but you have a pretty good idea. It seems like random people who you know for a fact, because several of them you've looked up while you've been in this, like, hiding in alleyways. Random people who have no beef with you and don't even know you exist have been causing accidents, maybe kind of on purpose, when you were nearby. Thus far, you have managed to avoid the brunt of the damage, but like a side of a building collapsed on you a little bit. Cars have not stopped at intersections. That kind of thing. At one point, a like drone that is advertising things flying over just fucking died out of nowhere and landed very, very close to you. And if you hadn't been looking at it, basically right when it happened, you probably wouldn't have dodged it. So I'm gonna say you've only taken like 5 HP of damage. If you were in
Okay.
combat, you'd be worried about your body armor because that has helped you a bit. But we're not gonna deal with abulation right now. It's not gonna be important. And I think that what you realize is that the only real safe place you have right now is probably neon lights. Your other friends, the ones from your time as an experiment, are back in hiding or they are gone.
Makes sense.
And so, what is your sort of plan or strategy? I guess put you in a little bit of a between a rock and a hard place. There's not a lot of talking right this second, but there will be.
I guess how far, like where, about how far am I from neon lights?
Let's
We're
see.
live right
You
now.
have the
Fine,
map
see you,
open.
folks.
I think
Yes.
you're in the Glen, right about next to where the name says the Glen,
Okay.
where neon lights is way over here.
Following the major roads seems like a pretty bad idea.
Yeah.
Considering all the possibilities of vehicular manslaughter, or even just foot traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Just regular
Oh.
manslaughter.
Yeah. Or
Every
you
time
know,
a car swerves anywhere near you, you're like, was that a thing?
Dwayne Johnson eyebrow. So my plan is going to be scouting out the roads ahead for what seems to be the most outdated with the least amount of technology, which would normally be less safe. You know, it's more dimly lit, much more could go wrong. But I'm essentially just going to try to sneak my way through the parts of the city with less electronic infrastructure.
Yeah, and I think that is something you've noticed with that high roll is that you don't see a pattern in the kind of surveillance or like location so far that these accidents have happened, but it definitely has happened in places with more cameras. So you're sort of, I think, maybe avoiding those above all else. Problem is, you know,
No,
it's Night City. There are cameras everywhere.
every block.
Yeah.
Surveillance states. Cringe.
The only thing that makes this not as surveillance state as maybe the actual modern world right now is the fact that they're not at all cohesive. Every
Nice.
single building seems to have its own completely separate deal, and it's not easy to share without it making shared to everybody.
I would say that I would be prioritizing just getting there fast over getting there without being seen, because it seems pretty much impossible to avoid detection.
Yeah. Just because you're still sort of updating stuff, do you have your street smart stat? Because I'd love for you to roll that for me, and we'll keep your perception stat when it comes to avoiding accidents, but...
Sorry, which tab was that in?
It'll
Social.
be under, social skills, I think. Streetwise, excuse me.
Not bad. That's
And
not
20.
bad. We'll take a
Yeah.
20.
Nice.
You pass from alleyway to alleyway. You find the spots and streets where there are less signs providing less light, and there are less active cameras is maybe the right word. You're pretty familiar with this point with the streets of Night City, and there are just a lot of buildings that look like they have cameras, but they are abandoned old systems that no one has updated, especially in South Night City. You at one point pass through an alleyway, and there is there's someone who is homeless. They look like they're probably doing a little better than you, but not great. They sort of look over and they're like, this alleyway used to be full of those jigsaw freaks. It's a good thing that mayor there's sort of cleaned them up.
Dion grunts.
Not real conversorial, are you? He says, and he sort of leans, and he sort of like just shifts his seat. You can see he's like cooking something right now. He's like, well,
Dion goes. Oh.
hang on.
Dion says, "Yeah, guess not."
Yeah, and you're on your way to Neon Lights. Speaking of which, the three of you are free at a party.
Oh yeah, no. The moment the two of them are anywhere near visible to Fox's eye, he's immediately hopping up from off of like the roof of his car and like making sure that loudly that both of them know where he is and to come the fuck over here.
Link swipes through another pane.
Fox is like, I didn't tell him. I didn't.
Oh, Fox starts walking over. Ignoring me will just make this worse.
Like, yeah, kid. Just, I'm still looking through the cameras. Give me a
You
minute.
can do that from over, and he's gonna reach to both of you and just grab you by the arm, and also take like Doc around the shoulder.
I'm
From over
complying.
here.
Yeah, Doc is already over there.
Fair enough. Well, they'll just drag you from over here and bring you over. And the moment, like, they'll pat you both for a second, and just wraps you both in a big, tight hug.
It's like,
Oh.
oh,
It's good to see you again, Volvo.
Oh my guy. Good to see you on One Piece, man. How the fuck you been?
Can't complain, business is good.
You making enough money around there?
Enough.
Well, hey,
It's not,
y'all want to break
it's
in a
not as
big
much
bucks
about
or-
the money.
Fair enough. Y'all do good work, and I appreciate that. But hey, if you ever looking to break in any bigger markets or anything like that, give your boy a call, alright?
I'll keep that in mind. How's the life of a politico?
Oh, good fucking lord, it's nonsense. We'll deal with that some other time, though. I ain't here to talk business. Turn over, just mama, and hug her again.
I think at this point, like, Lynx has pulled the VR goggles, is like, alright, we can stop right here, and is just enjoying the first hug she's probably had with Fox in a while, in a good while. She's been running around, like, fucking up Arasaka operations for probably a decent month.
Yeah, he'll come back from the hug, kiss her cheek, and just, baby, I don't see you enough. Where you been?
Oh, you know, fucking up Arasaka, keeping track of what's been going up on the net, you know, monitoring the city network.
The more things change, I guess. You been keeping yourself safe, alright?
Lynx is just like taps on the hilt of her big ass sword.
And he just looks and like, you know I still have not seen you use that thing yet?
I cut down one person
It's
while your back is
decorative.
turned, and of course you.
Listen, I'm just saying, one day I'd like to. You know, heavens forbid we get any more trouble. I want to see somebody get fucked up. I'm just saying, anyway. More importantly
Us
than that.
get in trouble.
Come on now. We've been through some shit, yeah? It's been a couple of months. Y'all ain't forget all the fucking hell we got into. Speaking of, I have something for y'all. And he's gonna look over at one of his friends like, yo, bring him over. And one of Fox's friends, Damien's his name. He's just a good old fucking dude. Will walk over, slide over. He's a black guy, lighter skin, has like a red crop of hair and like a half mohawk. Walks over with a big sort of like briefcase, which he cracks open. It's got like a foam inset where like several like pieces of like are meant for like chains, clearly like necklaces. A bunch of them are already out, and now that you're looking, you can see the bunch of Fox's closest associates, people that Lynx you would know like he's been cool with since way back in the day. All have like chains on that just have like that fox, like that sort of like fox head symbol on it that kind of symbolizes like him obviously. He's put that on, like all of them have him, and there's two, and each spot has like a name kind of next to it to denote who it's from. There's a sort of like nice platinum gold one which says Doc, and a rose gold one that says Lynx. Come on now, you can't be my crew and not rock some ice.
Now, who would I be to refuse a personal gift from the mayor?
There's the spirit. Come on, and he's gonna like immediately like pull it out and like just like kind of help you put it on. Fluff your shirt a little bit. Looking official now, my guy. You ain't going home alone tonight, I tell you that much.
Lynx just gives you a look and goes, "Is this revenge for the birthday cake incident?"
Every single 1.
Okay, but alright, fine. Like, you
And
know
he
I
go
don't like
put on-
bling. There's a reason I got you birthday cake every year.
He just goes swinging around and just. But some Cuban links for my links? Come on. Come on, shawty. Looking magnificent. Looking bling baller with the shine. Go, hold on, turn the deck on real quick. Let the light hit it real quick. Go ahead, hit it.
Oh. Shiny things, and then like LynX is in like pure, like very comfortable looking stealth wear. It's like stealthy. Nah, well, it's you though.
He's like, I mean, you can tuck it if you gotta. I don't tuck mine whenever I'm in my own hood, but you know, you tuck it if you gotta go somewhere.
I appreciate it,
They
kid.
just-
She's gonna give you a hug.
And yeah, he'll hug her one more time and then look back at the case and see like at this point y'all see like every single chain -1 has been claimed, which has the word Dion on it. And he just kind of looks at it for a second and is just like, damn. I hope everybody shows up tonight. Y'all think he's alright?
LynX checks her logs. Last I checked.
Has Dion kept in contact with them? None of you would have heard from him in like the last week or two, but that's not that unusual, I don't think.
I imagine Fox has been impossible to reach recently, so he's probably not had the most time, unfortunately, and he feels really fucking bad about that.
I mean,
Fox, the person that you realize that is in Dion's circle that you haven't heard from in a while, and that makes you maybe a tad worried, is Ben, the real big guy that was also one of the experiments with like the
My guy,
sort
Ben,
of armored
my
skin.
my muscle. Damn.
While you're talking about this, one of Manny's slightly larger drones, it kind of looks like just like a egg-shaped thing that the back opens up into wings, and so it's like a beetle-ish thing, and you know it's a camera. He's been expanding on it.
Okay.
We give it a close look, it's obviously not a bug, but it's there, and it has a small like hollow projector where like a small version of him in his sort of legged chair. Like, you know, she hasn't really been sleeping as much as I think she should. I don't know, you know her better, but I thought I'd tattle a bit if we're concerned about LynX's safety here.
Don't you worry, we're handling that tonight. And he'll just point to a bartender, hold up the number 2, and then hold up the number 3, and wave over at both of them.
Yeah.
Damn it, Manny.
And
You've
I'm
been
just
ratted.
saying.
Get fucked.
What are you?
Just saying,
I'm
keeps on being worried
Dion,
about
this is
the.
one dead drop, and so does Jess, and anyways.
Well, really, and again to Fox, really, she's just been worried about like. There's been real bugs in the city, and that's been messing with our fake bug drones. Seems like
Wait,
biotech
hold on,
something.
hold on. I ain't even that dumb to know enough to know that's news. Real bugs. The fuck?
Yeah. Biotechnica's dropped some actual real bugs, it seems like.
And I wasn't told?
They're small, and they didn't announce it, which is weird, right?
What kind of bugs are these?
They're like flies, I think.
In character to you.
Oh no, I assumed you're talking to, because you wouldn't have seen him, Doc.
Yeah.
These are, Manny explained, they're like real small, sort of between a fly and a gnat, and they actually change color with what they land on, like they're meant to not be seen. Personal theory, we haven't gotten to like the higher ranked docs about it. They didn't want to announce it because people don't like bugs normally, actually, but they are good for getting rid of trash and stuff.
Yeah, but you'd think that some info to mayor would have been passed. I'll put some people on it.
And yeah, LynX, you know that your little drones have kept on either being swatted, mistaken for real bugs, now that there's real bugs that like actually can bite people around, but also sometimes they just run into each other. You're trying to put these fake bugs where like bugs would be, and there's only so much airspace, and it's like they don't recognize the drones as real bugs. It's a whole thing. Way more mid-air collisions than you'd think.
They're spectacular collisions, but a little bit more annoying than expected. Not to mention, yeah. Like, not to mention, like, D and Jess have both missed their last check-in, and Lynx is a little concerned, but not. It's only been a week, so.
Mhm. Yeah. I think from Dion's role, it probably takes him like an hour or so, but it's about at this point that Lynx, would you have any like alerts set up to like scan for his face and let you know when he's getting close?
Not getting close, but like it's sort of like the weird how do I put it? So she has a network set up where if like D needs to be like wave and be like, hey, I need something, like he just needs to like look up and wave at a camera that's, you know, around certain blocks, so definitely neon night city lights, and she'll be alerted.
She got spidey sense.
So that's now up to Joe's decision. Because Dion definitely knows this. How are you approaching this building now that you're real close?
I mean, Dion, for one thing, even if he knows that these camera feeds are meant to go to LynX, he doesn't know who has access, and it's not that he thinks that LynX is incapable of making them secure, but at this point, if a half a building falls on you, I'm thinking you're not really taking
That's fair.
many chances.
It's fair.
Fair you on that one.
You're familiar enough with this building that I'm going to let your perception from previous role here. You can easily find a sort of side door. I think it's actually the door that used to go to where Doc's garage was. It's now sort of leads out into a hallway that's off the side of this main area. It's a pretty good blind spot that I think you're familiar with. So you can enter the party unseen. What you doing from there?
Honestly, I think the first move is to go to the bathroom and text Fox.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it doesn't matter if somebody's seeing the text.
Yeah.
And all Dion texts Fox is the word bathroom.
Looks up.
Yeah.
I don't gotta look up. I got an internal agent. Cat. I imagine Cat just pings. Hell, I imagine Cat's probably, since he was looking at Dion's necklace, probably concerned, probably just comes in and just, hey boss, you should look at this, and just right into the corner of his Chiron eye, just, yo, excuse me a second. D's in the bathroom. Come here. And he's gonna pull the two of them along. And he's like, yeah, he's shoving people aside. He doesn't care. He's moving out of the way. He's going right to the bathroom.
Sorry, coming through. Excuse us.
Elijah is here at the party. The sort of like tall, scrawny security / construction head.
He still says like it's yo's. He says, yo, what's up? You know.
You've probably already seen him this party. He sees this though, and he does like direct someone to clear the path for you real quick. One of his construction guys.
Cool. Yeah, right to the bathroom. What's going on? Where's my boy?
Dion is at the counter, doing some like on the spot disinfecting of some just general wounds and scrapes from the, from his kind of time out.
Yeah, I think visually, the fact that you have damaged your like armor, your like subdermal plating, I think you have, but you're not like that bloodied, means that there's like lots of scrapes that haven't gone farther than that expose that sort of armor.
Okay.
Fox, I'm sorry, go ahead, please.
What'd you say?
No, go ahead, please. If you have something to say.
So yeah, Dion is essentially just armors off, taking stock of how damaged he is.
Fox like kicks the bathroom door in, and like he has his hand around like near his waist, but the moment he sees it's just you and like there's not like you're not like in like a shootout or like a conflict, he immediately like lets go of that and like D, and he like runs over and like, you good? Are you shot? What's up?
Yeah, I'm good. No bullet wounds yet.
Yeah, man, where the fuck have you been, dude?
We can get to that later.
I was gonna say, if
He
you would
just
like
hugged
those
you.
details now. I
He
don't know.
just hugs you.
Oh.
He doesn't even wait. He just like immediately just like full both arms just hugs you.
Did you say we can get to those? We can figure those
I
details
can
out
hand you
now.
some of those details now if that's something you
Oh,
want.
yeah, sure.
In the middle of this hug, we can see Dion. You have been tracking this guy that seems to have all the information on where you are from, all of the scientific information. I am really trying to remember his name because I have it written down.
I feel like it had an Alejandro or something in it.
It had an
Am I
A.
wrong?
It started with an A, and I remember it sounded like
I
a
don't
douchey
know.
name.
My brain went Alejandro.
It is, in fact,
that
that.
could be wrong. Yo, was I right? Is it actually Alejandro? Am I on point like a ballpoint with a small point?
I'm still trying to
I'll have to go
find it, but I think you've just been calling him like the director because he's the director of your like facility that you're in. You've gotten close, very close, and in fact, he had to go to ground. You've been really into Biotechnica's business, and you know a lot of details that you can just ask me about. Like you just have several questions that you can ask me anything about what Biotechnica is doing. But you do know that his sort of taking of that tech around you, they don't know about it. They don't know about your data, the larger company. They don't know about where you are. It's like just him. He has kept it secret. In fact, I think that Biotechnica has a record of you being dead and all of your friends already. Like he faked that.
Also with
He's playing pretty close to the chest.
Antonio was the name. It's Antonio.
Or Antony something.
Nice.
It might have been Anthony, right? It might have been
Might have
Anthony.
been Antony. I haven't written.
Uh,
I had to go dig out my old notes.
Alright, look at that.
But
Bringing it all the way back.
Also, two,
Ooh, taking notes.
yeah, Dion, two of your friends have, you don't know for sure, but one has just lost contact with you completely, and another has, you're sure, been killed. And you can sort of make decisions on that, or I can, but I don't know what's interesting to you there.
One is Tess counted?
Yeah, so there
that group?
is Tess, Sakura, Chad, and Ben.
I think Tess had the most kind of fleshed out, so probably Tess losing contact but not being confirmed to have
Yeah, you
died.
don't know where she is. And if you would like a suggestion, I think that Ben, you in fact did see a gas main go up under his feet. It was the beginning of these accidents.
Jesus.
You're pretty familiar with the sort of like tensile strength of his skin, and you're pretty sure even he couldn't tank that.
Yeah.
And since then, it's been a series of accidents as you first kept trying to look into the director and have been more and more on the back foot as these things have happened over the last about week or so, as long as this has been happening.
I would say Dion is by nature a very diligent person. So at the end of every day, especially lately, he's been keeping a journal, trying to kind of play detective, figure out what's what the common links are, what just even those surface level things. Very thorough and compiled. And Dion hands a hard drive to Fox and says, "I don't have time to talk about it."
That's cool, man. I'm just glad you're alive, man.
Thanks.
I miss you, bro.
I missed you too. All of you guys.
Yeah, fucking LynX and Doc are here too. Y'all come in.
LynX has been at the door, sort of like setting up a bit of a camouflage. So she's upgraded the camo system, so she's basically programmed to make it look like, well, they've walked in, but Dion isn't there. it's not gonna work too long if somebody like gets a little too close, but at a distance, which
Mhm.
most people are at, it's also got a bit like got a do not what do you like those signs that they put in front of a bathroom stall
Yeah,
to be like, hey, don't come in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Cool.
Like it's being cleaned or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's smart.
Yeah,
Doc,
Dion.
Doc, get a look at him, please, man. I think he hurt.
Shit.
Doc, you're right there too.
Yeah, I know. Alright, and since it's a party at Fox's, I obviously brought my medical bag.
Smart.
Look, even if people aren't getting shot at, definitely someone's like gonna try and do a gainer off the first story balcony or something.
It might be me.
Or they'll just drink so
The
much
chance of
alcohol
a-
that they're gonna pass out, or they're vomit
Chance
and
of
pass
grievous
out.
injury at a Fox party
will
is
be
low,
me.
but never zero.
It's never zero.
Yeah, Dion turns to him and says, "Nothing broken, nothing bleeding too bad. I'm fine for now. Is my bed still?" Sorry, I missed it.
Well, let me be the judge of that, and I start pulling out some like diagnostic tools to start like examining. Just like like light in the eye to test like pupil contraction and like just like basic like whatever the cyberpunk equivalent of like basic medical stuff is.
Yeah.
Just
Like
like
it's like EMT kit.
like light in the eye to
Fucking your bed, fam. What the hell? I mean, yeah, it's here, but you don't gotta crash here. Fuck that, man. We can go back to my
test
place.
like pupil contraction and like
Wherever there's no cameras.
Yeah, I got full security. Fuck, dude, you didn't even see the new pad. You've been gone so long.
just like basic.
I wanna be hyped
whatever the
about that, but I'm
cyberpunk
just-
equivalent of, like,
Fuck, let's just get you there, man.
Dion kind of puts a hand on his shoulder, says, "I hear you. I know you have security, but what I'm asking are there cameras or not?"
If you don't need them to be, they're all gone. We can get them switched off. They're on a private link. No one has access to it, and if you want them all switched off, they're off. Don't worry about it.
Dion says, "Okay," pauses for a little bit,
Man, what the
mulls
hell?
it over
I mean,
and
yeah, it's
says,
here, but you don't
"Thanks."
gotta crash here. I got you, man. Anything for you. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get the
I
fuck
did
out
find
of
a
here.
note. Antonio Matias Ronaldo is the
Yeah?
guy.
Let me fucking go.
Ronaldo. Never trust him.
Dion kind of has a look in his eyes like he's really just bad at saying thank you. Like he's the type of person, he hates people doing anything for him. And when he's in a position where he can't refuse, he's almost like sour a little bit because of it. And he says, "Thanks."
No, don't be sour, man. I love you, man. I gotta take care of you, all right?
It's not like he's not like bitter, like hostile. He's just like a little bit grumpy about it.
I understand. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. No, Fox is like immediately like getting back to the car and like immediately like yelling to like, "Yo, tell whoever's in my car to get the fuck off. We're getting out of here."
I will say, if you want a place to talk before deciding to go back, you are very familiar that the construction area between the floors that they're building up and the top floors is pretty much stripped of every electronic thing. Like, they are currently not installed at all.
My man needs rest. We are getting him
Totally.
to a comfortable fucking bed. If we have to go and talk, we can do that tomorrow. If we need to go somewhere even more secure, I think my place is perfectly secure. Worst case scenario, we can go
Yeah.
to the roof. There's literally no cameras on the roof. It's meant to be private for a
Yeah.
reason. Like, we got some shit we could do if we gotta. But I feel like we need to get my
Totally
boys
fair.
some fucking rest, frankly. If anybody disagrees with that, I'm fine. You talk about in character. That's just where I'm at.
I mean, look, we've got. I think LynX is gonna just take a look at D. Go. If you're concerned about the cameras, and I think she's got Oryx and Manny on the line, we could put them on loop for a little bit.
This cybersecurity team in South Night City right here, you know?
Dion looks over and nods. He kind of looks like when you're taking a cat to the vet and you have him in the little cage.
And they're
It's
like,
almost like they don't know what movement is like. It's almost like they don't even want to move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just
I think at this
nervous
point
and-
she's just going to like grab the cloak is literally like right over the doorway. She's gonna grab it, pull it down, wrap it around Dion like it's a shock blanket, pull it over his head, and go, all right, bro, can we reprogram this to maybe make him a little blend in a bit?
Yeah, I think one of the other Oryxes actually picks up. They tend to sort of group chat might be the right term. They're like very aware of each other. It's Nova in this case. One that's a little more like peppy and happy. Like absolutely, right away. One disguise for Dion, and it's mostly making him look like some random person in like a coat. The image isn't great up close, but you know from experience that this fools a whole lot of cameras, especially.
See, my bro's got
As
your
long as
back.
nobody looks at the face. Yeah.
And Fox is like, we all got your back. And like, as we get back to the car, he's like everybody definitely sees that he looks a little bit more like fragile. So they all start like kind of hopping up, saying like, what's up,
Yeah.
what's going on? And you know, his boys are on fucking go. So everybody's reaching, but he's like, yo, all right, no, we just getting the fuck out of here. So like, you mean like Damien, AJ, hopping the whips, we getting the fuck out of here. You mean like we gonna hop back in the crib, cool it there, and just fall back, all right? Like,
Yeah, I think for a second, people are like a little, come on, but Nikki kind of he feels that there's something up, so he's like, nah, I got a whole new set, and afterwards you can go party at my place, because you know that he's actually gotten a room at the Wonderland Club now, and so he's like, we're gonna party here for an extra hour and do a set, and then we can go back to my place. Anyone who's like, in honor of Mayor Foxy. Mayor Foxy.
Fox will hand the bartender, we'll go 3,000 eddies and just go around for whoever feels like it on me, all right?
And a big old cheer Nikki even like stops the music for a second, but like in rhythm for like the cheers to be there, and keeps going as you guys successfully leave the party. I may have rules about that, but I'm wanting to ask, do you guys want a quick break?
I would love a quick break.
Yeah. Well, don't change that dial. Don't go nowhere. We will be back in like 10 minutes after everyone takes a quick bio and food break. And stay frosty here in Night City.
I get to show off my swag-ass pad. I get to show...
Hello, Twitch, and welcome back to Neon Afterglow, the actual play Cyberpunk Red on this channel, Neon Lights Roleplay. We're back again to our reunion tour, you could say, of our very first campaign. And I'm just going to jump right into it where we left off. Y'all were leaving the party, and I think a few things happen as you leave. Elijah already kind of noticed something was going on, and so even as you get to the front door, he's sort of already there, and especially those of you who've been sticking around for a while, but he's not asking questions. He just like nods to Fox, and maybe Fox finds this annoying, but he started treating Fox a lot more like a boss recently. And just,
Hate it.
Sir. And also out from the party in his leather jacket and his like riding leathers and everything, seemingly sobering up literally as he steps towards you, is Daniel, the I can't remember the name of it now.
He's a nomad. He's a nomad.
Yes, Nomad. Thank you. The Nomad driver. And he's
Yeah, Fox ain't wasting no time.
he's like, Sword Dude says you need a ride.
Yeah, we loading up. Let's get out of here, all right?
And I think Fox, several of your sort of friends from your life of crime are driving by themselves behind you, and so it is just the four of you in the back of your car, and so it's like, got one of those seats where you can like all look at each other, kind of limousine-ish.
You know.
And in the front is Elijah and Daniel.
Got a Lamborghini limo. Who the fuck you know out here like that? You mean? Like.
And what I want to know is, do one of y'all want to roll me something? You driving there direct? You trying to find a sideway?
I'll roll something for you. I'll roll some streetwise so we can see how we get there. You mean I know these streets like I know anything else on the fucking planet. I didn't roll that great, unfortunately, but still a 17.
17 is still pretty good. All right, so
Actually, can I possibly blow a luck point for a reroll if you'd be cool with that?
sure.
Cool, I'm gonna do that one time. Thanks, friend. And then I'm gonna hit a second one. That's worse.
That is worse.
That is back worse.
You, for a minute, consider like, well, there's side streets we could drive on, and maybe that's safer. And you go, nah, straight shot, fast as possible. No one will be able to. I think Dion is maybe you're a little shell shocked at this point. You have been going for a while without anyone to watch your back, and you're now like starting to crash as soon as you have friends around. What I would love from anyone involved, any of the four of you, is some kind of perception or whatever stat you think you would use to keep a lookout.
I believe I have the highest perception.
Probably.
Yeah, but I mean, each of you can roll for this.
Oh,
I'll roll.
damn!
Damn, son.
God damn.
I got
Legit,
it
you
today.
took all the dice luck, baby boy. That's crazy.
Yeah, you got like you're getting like every single positive
You
like
took
10
literally
plus
all the
10
dice
crit-
luck. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's funny.
got an 18 on electronic security tech, but it's a plus 2
for
scanner.
the audience. Yeah, for the audience, Dion rolled a 33. This is nigh on the highest roll we've ever seen. I think maybe Fox's double crit was higher, maybe.
He got a
I broke
42.
40.
Yeah.
I still hold the record. Thank you very much.
I was about to say.
Yeah, 42 is a lot more.
LynX also- So, Doc, you're maybe preoccupied with just making sure that Dion is not, in fact, more injured than he says he is. And Foxy, you're like not unobservant. I mean, like a 13 is still decent. It's but it's like an everyday level, whereas Dion has gone off the charts, and LynX has a very professional level. I think you two notice two things, but yeah, both of you have enough time to do something about it. LynX, you realize that several of the cameras you would be using along this route, the little fly drones that are connecting you to those cameras go out. Like the drones are maybe too far from the cameras, you're not sure. This is a split second noticing of those cameras go dark for you. At the same time, Dion, you maybe come to for a second and realize you're on a major intersection, and you don't think anyone can see you per se in here. You've kind of selected a arguably paranoid spot of like the corner where there's like the structures of the windows make you harder to see. But what you do notice, Daniel makes a bit of a course correction, and it doesn't course correct as much. Like it's just one of those small driver things. You just notice the car doesn't move as much as it is, and he looks just confused and starts jimmying the wheel a little bit. And that's just this instant. Either of you have a thing you can do very quickly as in resolve to both of those?
Either me or
Both of you. One thing.
oh, okay.
Shit, camera's down.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Drones are down.
I'm gonna say this is so quick that you can say that and like take one action's worth of net actions if you want to.
Ooh, one net action?
Yeah, there are cameras around. There are other cars. I'm gonna let you sort of play with this space as you want, and you don't notice anything about the you're currently in though.
Can I run so okay, we're at a major intersection, right? And
Yeah,
everything
lots of cars around.
are all of the like as far as I knew, do basically all cars run on like just a little bit of internet?
I'm gonna say it's enough. They're not really connected to any kind of net, but you can connect to them. I'm gonna say art mirrors real life, and that a lot of cars are very bad at their security. It turns out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Split second. Can I just run a using the ye old Bluetooth signal booster from way back when to run a kill switch on just all electronics in this area. Like, we've already gone dark.
Okay.
We're just gonna kill switch.
I mean, yeah.
Dream.
I'm gonna
All right.
say. We'll just say you have 1 action to tap in. How many actions do you have now? 4?
I have 4 net actions per turn.
Yeah. So there's a 1 to like hack into. Now I gotta think about this. I'm gonna say you have 3 instances during this campaign where you can just say, I have made a program for this. And in this case, it is a program that is just swarms all of the computers near you with the most basic ass little demon that will just go and do one command. It has like no armor. It cannot get through doors, so it will not work in like a secure area. But in this case, yes, I'm going to let you do that, but you are going to have to roll for it to see what percentage does that.
Oof. My interface roll is not particularly good because I have a rank of 7, which means I only get +7 to a D10. We'll see how
Oh
that.
Yeah,
no,
but-
only +7.
All right, we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna blow a luck point.
Oof. Okay.
So it's roll same thing +1, right?
Yep. Also, if any chat members have given us +1s, remind me.
That's a 15.
They
cannot
have
see.
not yet. 15's good.
15. All right. Reducing. Yeah. You don't just cut the power to everything. You immediately cut the power to everything to your right, left, and behind you. And everything in front of you is starting to stall. You also see, like, just because it's not super directed, a lot of signs and electronics and stuff just randomly turn off around you. Basically anything that isn't already high security. And that's fine. The road has gone quite dark. Dion, especially with that crazy high number, you've noticed the wheel has started to get a little fucky, and you are now going to have advantage at whatever you do to prevent this, but you see out of the corner of your eye a self-driving like truck, like a small
no.
semi, has started veering left, but it is now slowing down dramatically. So you are going to have advantage to do whatever you want to do to try and get your car to avoid that, but it's doesn't look great if you don't do anything.
Okay. Dion does.
If you would like some suggestions, you can definitely jump up to the front and put a little oomph to that wheel, because you are definitely
Dion?
stronger than Daniel. Or roll the window down and try and do something. I don't know.
Dion. Wait, are the doors locked?
No.
Dion opens the door, and
Mhm.
whoever the farthest is from his door, he
Mhm.
starts pulling, and by pulling that person, kind of forces everybody between them, like pulls everybody out with them, or tries to.
Are you just jumping out the car?
Yeah.
You're not on a freeway. You're on a street.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna die from this, obviously. I don't even know you'll be hurt if Dion rolls well enough.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah. So Dion's just pulling everybody in the back seat, or trying to pull everybody in the back seat out of the car with him.
Yeah, right.
Or Daniel.
Athletics maybe? Athletics.
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 Hey,
Or
please,
if you want to use
Sports involving
Hey,
ladders.
hit the tense jams.
athletics,
Oh, yeah.
you could use evasion because you have
That's
pretty
insurance
decent that.
Right?
Oh yeah, if evasion works, definitely. I was looking at athletics too, but evasion, I would prefer seeing.
What I think you end up doing, and not to like reinterpret your prompt too dramatically,
Mm-hmm.
but you are ready to bail fully. But as you grab everyone, Elijah immediately keys in what you're doing, and you realize he is faster than you. sees the direction you're looking, and as you do bail out, Elijah also then grabs the wheel, and you see just every bit of cyberware in his body. Like, you can see gears and wires that are not shaped like muscles, like bulge and tense, and he just rips the wheel to the side, and you see that what happened was the power steering completely went out. And it's a good thing you got out, because the sudden lack of weight, the whole thing like fish tails to the side, and this semi effectively would have passed through this, and the back of it passes just right in front of you guys, just barely, as a screech happens. And I have not put the music on, and I apologize to our audience about that.
There we go.
And it screeches in front of you, the car misses, and in this expert arc, Daniel just sort of rolls with that, screeches around in a donut, and then right in front of you, it's like, all right, what the hell, guys? As you're now in this pocket of dead vehicles and burning rubber.
What the fuck?
Y'all are pausing me, so I don't know what's going on.
Dion walks up to LynX, not like threateningly, but like with the face of somebody who's like seen shit. Says no cameras, on foot, and then starts walking.
It's like, well,
You want me to walk that far?
Well,
Dion just keeps walking.
Like LynX is just says, well, considering we just lost some of our cyber assets, the cameras got messed with, and I had to shut down this whole damn street.
Who or what the hell could have? All right, on foot. Let's move.
Yeah, you see. I'm sorry. No, Doc, I interrupted you.
No,
Sorry.
that was all. That was all I had to
Oh,
say.
yeah, I think Daniel Elijah's like, we'll run interference, I guess, or a decoy.
Just keep on a move for now and keep the road between us and there safe. Everybody else, let's move out on foot. Mop it up.
Dion, still walking, turns to... was it Elijah or Daniel that said that just now?
I think Daniel says that, and Elijah just sort of nods. He's like, we got it.
He kind of looks at the both of them and says, nothing that can be traced back.
Like, Elijah's like, I'm a professional. And he closes the door. And yeah, they sort of drive off, and you can see maybe Daniel is specifically driving more obviously as a good decoy. And you guys sort of make your way back. I'm not gonna have you roll again, but that's cool. Sort of the events that happen on your way there. I think between Dion's general very perceptiveness and Fox, your sort of streetwise normally would carry you through. You pretty easily make it back. You were like halfway there, honestly. It was pretty close.
I think regardless of how far distance is, by the time we get to the door, Fox is definitely having like at least a semi-sheen of sweat going on. It's just,
yeah.
Do you know how long this fucking business I've walked anywhere besides on a stage for back and forth for like an hour and a half? I can't be doing all this shit, man.
Yeah.
Really, kid? You're losing your touch.
I gotta sit in meetings, I gotta do paperwork, I gotta throw rallies. No, I don't do needles, and you know that. We're getting in the fucking pool.
Just as soon as I shut down all of the systems in here.
That's fine. Do that. We're all getting in the pool. Everybody upstairs.
Yeah, I would love really quick for LynX to give me some kind of tech roll to see if you can figure out why those cameras just dropped on you.
All right, let's give you a cyber tech roll. Cyber security, cyber tech.
Yeah.
Do you want electronic security tech or do you want cyber tech?
Either of those will give you slightly different information.
Let's go with electronic security tech with my scanner.
Yeah.
that's a +2. So that's a 25 plus 2 is a 27.
There's the
27,
numbers.
damn. And this was security tech. You look at the cameras, and nothing is wrong with them. Like, you're using drones to scan this as you're walking. You're not, like, right up next to them. You get some of the little beetle ones with cameras. There's nothing wrong with the cameras. And in fact, you find your little drones, like the little bug ones that let you hack stuff at range, they got taken out. Something came and bit their wings. You've seen this before, but the timing of it is so suspicious that you are no longer considering it an accident. Maybe it was an accident the other times it happened, of the real bugs attacked your little drone bugs.
First is happenstance. Second, the third time is enemy action.
Especially because other times it just seemed random, like there wasn't a pattern to it. There was not like a specific location. It seemed to be just random, like, spaces and streets. But now you're considering maybe it wasn't. I'm gonna say with that extremely excellent roll, because that was quite high at 25. He didn't even crit and you got a 25. You do notice from another camera angle that you review that wasn't looking at the road or even the spot on the road you are, but was looking at one of the cameras that was. Something was pointing where you think your little fly drone was in the air near the camera. Like there was just like a hint of light that if you just extrapolate the direction was maybe a laser pointer of some kind, but you don't see from where. Like you don't have a good angle on what was doing it.
Suspicious.
You're gonna need to do maybe a little more research and probably another roll to sort of cross-reference other events like this to see if there's a pattern, but you are noticing something is wrong here.
Bro, Manny, I think our network's compromised.
Manny starts babbling, like this is on the way there, starts babbling and freaking out, and you explain to him the situation like, oh, I mean, that's still bad, but for a second I thought someone had hacked us. It seems like maybe someone just knows what our drones look like and are trying to stop it. Still super concerning, don't get me wrong. But like, he's very blasé about hardware. It seems like software is what he cares about.
Yeah, but I think like LynX at this point is like the fact that they figured out what your absolutely ingenious hardware does is very concerning.
I knew where we were going, what time to cut off the drones, how to get them all at the exact same time. You know, many things to be concerned about.
Yeah. Although, I mean, LynX would know this, but I think as an explanation that definitely Foxy has gotten, whether he understands or not, and Doc probably has heard it once, maybe Dion, is that there needs to be a pretty unbroken chain of these flies. They sometimes double up multiple chains, but it's like, you do not have to take out many in a chain to break it,
Right.
to make it inaccessible to something. It's usually has to be ones close to the device, but there's not like multiple pathways, even now where you have a lot of them across the city.
Okay.
It's still pretty coordinated though, to get like 3 cameras out. That's precise.
Okay, so what's happening right now? What are we doing, Fred?
You guys have gotten to the apartment. That was happening during it.
Okay. All right. So we should all go upstairs. Let's get in the fucking pool and let's talk fucking parently. What the fuck is going on?
You go up the elevator and Elijah's already standing in front of the door, like they made it there a little earlier. And the rest of your crew, Fox, are already inside as you prep. Space is yours.
Hey, y'all mob it right here. We're gonna take it upstairs for a little bit. Just keep it cool.
AJ, I think, is the one is... Alright.
Get some drinks going, get some smoke going, just chill, alright? We're gonna be right back.
They already got that ready. They've been here for a minute or two.
Fair enough. He will say no more.
Yeah.
Y'all, up.
Yeah, you guys go across this very nice apartment. What's the color scheme, Foxy? What's it look like?
It's mostly like whites and a lot of soft grays, very nouveau chic kind of vibe. There's probably maybe some color splashes of like a dark blue here or there to keep it, kind of chill, like oceanic nautical vibe, like not much of a home deco guy, but Victoria put some splash in here or there.
Yeah. And you guys get to the pool. I think, Dion, you would be relieved to notice the only cameras in this apartment are facing inward. None of them are on this balcony.
Trust me, there's nobody wants to see what I've done on this on this roof up here. Or maybe they do, but they gotta pay me for it.
And in fact, I think LynX would notice, and maybe if LynX is feeling inclined, tell Dion that like your bug drones also can't get very close to this space, not only due to its height, but also there is a basically a drone sensor that you can not like even the little bugs only kind of fool. Like that if they're in here for too long, it becomes a problem, or there's too many at a time. It starts like a low-level signal is detected. So this is pretty low tech as far as surveillance goes.
Yeah. It's like
Fox is not worrying about proper swimwear. He's just going to strip his underwear and hop in the pool immediately. Just oh fucking K, Jesus Christ! Somebody talk to me.
Dion goes straight for the hot tub, puts his feet in, puts his elbows on his knees, and just kind of has like praying posture, but really is just so tired by this point. Probably like not even 10 hours of sleep in the last couple of days.
Yeah, get Vicky up here and get that man a drink, please.
Cat right away, and in a minute someone comes up with a drink, but I'm interested, has Dion told them like about these accidents happening? How much detail? If you can come up with a few accidents,
well,
if you got
you
some
gave me
ideas.
the hard drive and said like you gave me all the info, and I still have it with me. And I mean, you fully said I could pull up the projector wall anywhere, so I'm down to pull that up.
Yeah, Dion at this point doesn't. I mean, beyond just like not having the energy, probably doesn't really want to relive the past, how long has it been? Few weeks, few months?
Months, 3.
It's been a few months since you got the end of the campaign, 3 months. But you've been on and off contact with them until about a week ago is when these accidents started really happening. And in fact, your investigation until that point was going pretty well. You felt like you had this guy kind of cornered. I think this is the point where if you have questions about what Biotechnic has been doing, you get 3 extremely detailed answers. And the rest of you, or also Dion, if you want details on what this guy's been doing, will have to roll me something for what you did in the last 3 months about that. But as of right now, the details that you definitely have are like, this guy has had connections. Antonio here has had connections with, it seems like every corporation, but especially ones outside of Night City, or like the rep for cultures outside of Night City. The most worrisome one for you was that he seems to have connections with, it's not a corporation that has like a big name. It is just Cypher Construction Incorporated is what it's called. They help build the space stations and orbital stuff that I can't remember the name of the orbital peoples.
Highlanders?
Yeah, they are a contractor that is known for their work with Highlanders and that they can make massive
big
structures.
fucking deal.
Yeah, they're not the Highlander specific construction, they are the not Highlander people who work with the Highlanders, effectively. But they also do a lot of other massive construction. If you want a big fuck off like ocean ship that you need to be able to launch like airships from, the Nomads will go to Cypher Construction Incorporated. That kind of thing. They specialize in huge construction. And you're like, hey, that's a company that's quietly very connected. We don't like that. Yeah, he's been 2-timing so many corpos, he honestly would give LynX a run for her money in fucking with them. Any other questions you guys have, or you want to make plans?
Come on,
Let me know.
Fill me in on that.
Is this the same part of the phase where I ask my 3 questions, or is that later?
Yeah, you can do that whenever. You don't even have to do it now if you want to do it later.
Okay.
But
I'll probably save them, keep them in the bank.
I'd say 1 or 2 is maybe useful, but you guys discuss the questions you might have, especially in character. But yeah, Fox has basically all that I've just given you there. Other details about their investigation going forward, like locations, placement, stuff like that, just from looking at the hard drive.
So you've been spending this whole time digging into the guy who, well, did all that to you?
Dion grunts.
And
LynX
you
walks
got hella
up.
close, it sounds like.
Yeah. LynX is gonna just
Thought
walk
I
up
did.
and hand over a granola bar.
Dion eats it in the way that a hyena would.
If you want to eat, I can get Vicky to cook you up a quick little meal, or you can do that after you get some rest, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Dion kind of stews for a moment and says, I thought I did. Until about a week ago.
What then?
Half of a building almost crushed me.
Fucking what?
Been hit glanced by about 3 cars. Almost hit by about 4.
And then today, a bunch of cars suddenly go out and a truck almost veers into us in the middle of the street for no fucking reason.
The fact that they can track your
Well-
movements of even when you're cloaked is...
Corporate. It's corporate.
Who the hell is this guy you've been tracking?
It's gotta be connected, whoever he is. He knows people who know people who got... There was an incident not too long ago with a Militech ship. It was blocking the port. Commerce got all fucked up. The paperwork piled. It was a mess. I got called into a meeting somewhere downtown. Way up. I didn't even get to fully see the guy's face. He told me to be on the lookout, to be aware of forces larger than oneself. Hung up the call. My secretary rings and tells me that ship in the harbor just blew up.
Dion kind of sucks in like a really noisy, drawn out inhale. Just goes, yeah. Goes back to kind of burying his head in his knees.
Fuck, man. I'm sorry. You've been out here slugging through all this, and I was, chasing votes? I'm fucking sorry, man.
Dion kind of shakes his head. It's fine. This was something I was supposed to do by myself.
I just feel like
You don't have
Fuck,
to do
man.
it by yourself anymore. I'm happy you made it back to us.
Dion kind of sinks a little bit, just kind of nods.
you heard anything from Tess or Ben or Sakura or the others?
Well, heard things about Ben.
Like,
Do they know at this point?
If you haven't told them, Fox might not have run into your notes on that. Something tells me that hard drive doesn't exactly have a lot of detailed notes starting from about a week ago. Probably the notebook part, which I can't remember who you handed to.
Fox.
yeah, all the information, yeah. I just haven't gotten a chance to read it, so I'm just, narrativizing, you know?
And you said I saw the gas main explode under his feet.
Oh yeah. Effectively, you two were both running from a different place to a place to meet up. You were already in the building. He was in the street, and just.
So I'm gonna retcon what I just said a little bit and say didn't need to hear anything about Ben. Saw it with my own eyes. Gas main right under his feet. Just Dion mimics the motion of the.
The camera I imagine gets a really fun like shatter sound and then cut away as like Fox like gets up from the pool, you know, light tattoos glowing in the dark light and just like smashes his glass against the side of the pool. Damn it.
I'll say in regards to Tess, and you can say that you just say this if you don't want to repeat it. You don't know, you haven't heard from her, but the building she was in did in fact collapse. I think that was even the building where half of it nearly fell on you. And you just don't know.
Dion kind of stands up. He didn't really get undressed at all. He just kind of rolled his pants up, took off his shoes and socks. He stands up, starts walking back. Says, "Listen, I need a minute."
Yeah, man. All the time you need. Plenty of space on the roof. Master bedroom's unlocked. Whatever you, man. Go on.
Dion nods. You know, again, because he's really bad at saying thank you.
Hey, bro. Hold on. Before you get going, I got something I'm supposed to give to you. And he's gonna like run over and grab his pants and slink back at him, and he pulled it out of the case, so he had it in his pocket before he after he got the text. And he pulls out. Yours is the only one that's like so there's a couple of platinum gold ones, one or two rose gold ones. Yours is the only ruby gold one with that nice like kind of solid red edge around it, but it's still got that like nice fox emblem on it with the sapphires and the eyes and everything. And he's like, you one of the gang, bro. If you gonna walk around here, motherfuckers gotta know you safe.
Dion stopped wearing jewelry a long time ago. But he picks it up from Fox's hand, takes a look at it, does that kind of almost mopey little nod, and kind of like smiles with just the corners of his mouth, like when you see somebody that you know and you don't fully say hi. It's not in his eyes, it's just in the corners of his mouth. And he keeps walking.
Is he going to sleep? Going to get food?
Sleep, definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
There's 3 bedrooms downstairs. The master's open. If you want to sleep in the master, man, whatever the fuck you want, dog. It's all yours.
Dion goes to the guest.
You can see the cameras have been turned off by LynX. Like they are obviously not fully functioning at this point. Joe can still be involved in the scene, but I would love a bit of, I guess, investigations. And so if there are any questions you guys have, again, either roles previously or roles now, if it's something you think you could get access to now. Yeah, Joe, you got 3 detailed questions that can be answered in your hard drive already.
I mean, we got the hard drive still, and we can pull up the projector screen, you know, down to get a look at all the information on that. We've also got links right here to pull up any information we need to anywhere on the net type shit. Doc, you got plenty of customers you could have been talking to over the past several months, so I think we got plenty of basis to pull out whatever info with or without Dion actually being there. So Dion can still be getting some rest while you still answering that question, Joe. You know.
My first question I'd like to use is, what's the primary technology, or is it the same kind of function being applied to all of the electronics that cause the accidents? Like, it would be like a shut-off command for like the brakes or something. Like, are they all shut-off commands of some kind, or are they different?
The accidents that have happened to you? Is that what you're asking about?
Yeah, is it a singular application of a function, or is it like...
I'm going to say this one is not a Biotechnica question, so I would love for you to roll, and the number of questions we can answer and how detailed is going to be based on the same roll, but roll, I don't know, perception, library search, something that you would use to find that out in this last week.
Sure. I guess I'm asking, is it like an exploit that you have to do a very certain way, or does this person have kind of larger control?
Yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
question, actually. Damn.
Thank you. I kind of talked myself through it while I was.
Hey.
Totally.
You said it would be like a science one.
Well, no, it's whatever you think would justify. Like, how is Dion trying to figure this out? Looking at your stats, deduction is not a. Yeah, deduction. We had the same thing. Well, roll me some of that deduction.
You do some shit for me, baby.
18's pretty
18
good.
ain't bad.
You do have a. Remind me, do luck points revive at the end of the session?
Yeah.
I think
Okay, you got some luck points if you want to use them. You got 5.
Okay, I will use 1.
To re-roll that +1.
Reroll +1.
Just hit it again. We'll just do it.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I'm just updating my sheet.
Yeah.
I guess I don't need to do that.
You're fine. No, you're fine.
And now you have a +2.
19. Look,
It's still a
19.
19.
Look, we're gonna say that we're still using the active DV for this. I feel like in a week we kind of have to, because it's something you're looking for. But that's still a substantial rumor. And I'm gonna say you beat the active one, so you can ask me like 2 or 3 questions about this, and I'll give you
Beat the
pretty good
rumors.
detail. In this case, one of the 3 for what's happening to you now, there is not a consistent one exploit. However, with the pretty good roll, you're fairly sure that this is not a tech exploit. This guy that you've been following, Antonio, he obviously has cyberware. He has tech people on his team, but he has primarily worked with Biotechnica and other companies that might provide him the kind of resources that lets you grow things. Did a lot with Continental Brands, did a lot with some of Biotechnica's like direct competitors. And a thing that
He
you've
also has
noticed,
Partnership with a construction company, hence being able to bring a building down on somebody, probably.
well, that's the thing. That building was under construction actively. There were people working on it. The gas main, after you did a quick research, was also being worked on by people. The self-driving car isn't really self-driving. It's like one person's in charge of a bunch of drones. All these cars are driven by people, etc., etc. You think it is a biological exploit. You're just not really sure the vector. I'm going to say with deduction from what you've recently learned, because you were completely unaware of these bugs being so, I guess, aware with what LynX is doing. It's a good guess.
So, Fox is very conspiracy brained.
Yeah.
We had the whole Mom's Robots plot last campaign. So
100%.
I think, assuming this information is shared, I assuming through like, looking through Dion's logs. Looking through Dion's logs and LynX, sharing the information, just being like,
I think this is in a notebook because this is super recent.
oh
You
yeah,
Put this
looking at the
section
notebook,
down.
looking at LynX's data, looking at the information from the hard drive, just like, it's the bugs.
I think that's something Dion puts in his notebook, is that, Dion, you don't know how in the world they can target someone so specifically with bugs. You're like, that has to be the vector. That's the only thing they put around that's that widespread, but you just don't.
What if it's,
You don't
hear
know
me
how.
out on this. We know they can mind control the bugs to make them sting and attack things whenever they want. Ergo, what happened to our cameras on our array here? What if they made a bug with an implanted, I don't know, mind virus? It stings someone, and for a couple seconds, they do whatever Biotechnica wants them to do. Say, I don't know, fuck up their self-controlled drone piloting, or fuck up the building they're currently working on, or blow the gas main they're currently working on.
Ooh. Sorry. Dion is not a big science guy,
Yeah.
but he knows enough to know that ants and bees are controlled with pheromones. Well, if there's nothing to that, then that'll be kind of a waste of a question.
If you want to just like have me expand on that as one of your Biotechnica questions of like, what are they able to do?
Okay, yeah. I guess my question would be, do they control, kind of in line with what Fox said, do they control people the same way they control bugs?
So you would know that the tech they have, if they got a hold of a person, especially the tech that made you, they could alter a person to be whatever the hell they want, have compulsions, have like fugue states that they could command, but they would have to like capture a person. And your research into these events, that's not the case. They seem like random people. However, the insects that they have and various animals and bugs they did work with, and they can condition them to do whatever you want under specific conditions, to specific colors, lights, frequencies outside of the human range of vision, etc. And yeah, they have not perfected, but caused at least a little bit of bioengineering of viruses that could go in and start messing with any number of systems. Your best guess, based on that question, the previous one, is that there's some kind of, I don't know, thing. Like, they'd have to make the bugs specifically to take you out, but once they made them, they could kind of lead them along with just lights, pheromones, sounds, what have you, and all outside of the range of what humans can normally detect. But at least modifying a person that actually exists, they could, but they would have to physically grab that creature, and it would take like weeks. It's not like a quick fix.
What if they attack them through their cyberware?
Would Doc, using this information, like to roll me some cyber surgery or something like that real quick?
Sure, I can roll cyber tech, I can roll my own deduction, I can roll biology.
I am
surgery.
fine with either of those, or any of those.
You know what, I have to put my biology education as well.
17 is super good. It's a substantial rumor active DV.
Fence hangs in the air. They briefly lost our GM.
Tape.
The world stops.
Oh, no.
Everything briefly comes to a
Wait,
pause.
but you can still read what he's saying in the caption, Ninja.
Oh no, I don't think he knows we've lost him.
Oh no. Oh. Wait, are you back? We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you.
I can't see him still.
Well, at least we can still
Should be-
communicate with the caption, Ninja.
Is he looking at the
We can't all see the caption, Ninja Michelle. Do we want to maybe cut to a quick break while we figure this out?
That might be wise. All right, we're gonna go
let's do
quick
that.
head over to a quick intermission. Well, as is normal for Neon
While we
Lights
Guys,
Oh.
bye.
first. Oh wait,
Oh.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait,
No.
maybe not.
wait.
Okay.
Are you... Oh, yeah, you're moving. You're
I'm
moving.
here.
We
Am I good?
Never mind, you're good.
did pranks, chat. It was all an elaborate ruse for the setup for this moment right here. We perfectly timed it. Tate,
Prank.
welcome back.
Pranks, bro. I'm back.
Ashton's
Let's
watching.
go.
There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, what I was saying is, Doc, you didn't make much of a take of this previously, but a lot of the kids, you like go over maybe your own notes. I don't know how good of a memory you have.
I know
With the
there's been
17.
an AI virus going around.
Well, yeah. So there's the virus in quotes that causes cyberpsychosis, which is more of like a, a microscopic machine type deal. There's
Yeah.
an unusual number of bug bites on the people who have randomly been cured or seem to be immune to cyberpsychosis.
Huh.
And you don't know how or why. In fact, you're pretty sure that if someone wanted to change someone temporarily, you wouldn't even be able to tell, because unless you got within the hour, because of how quickly various cells like regenerate when they've been damaged that way. But if they can cure cyberpsychosis with a bug bite, they could probably get you to do just about anything for about a minute.
Jesus.
Through these bug bites. They just, again, have to be very precise. You think that's been happening, but it is a weird detail to you that, following this line of logic, they've been curing cyberpsychosis, question mark?
And this has been in mostly pre-nuke and non-corpo cyberware that this has been happening, or it's been in mostly the corpo cyberware?
It's been mostly not corpo stuff. However,
Okay.
I'm gonna say with the 17 you did roll biology, you're concerned. You think that maybe that might have to do more with the micro machine virus. Maybe makes this process difficult. Like, there might be basically a fight between two things. There's plenty of people with bug bites you've been noticing. People tend to break out in hives when they're bit by these bugs, so there's like more than one bump. And it could be something else, but yeah, they seem to be fighting each other is maybe the reason. You're not sure. With a 17, you feel like you maybe need to do a complex check to know the actual mechanics of what's going on, but yeah, it's a weird detail. And they definitely could induce cyberpsychosis or turn it off with these bug bites.
That's a lot of power to have.
Too much damn power. And whoever's got it, they're wielding it against us. Deliberately. We got too close to something. Sounds like you sure did, D. I guess like Fox is saying it like to the screen while like looking at everything since Dion is currently, downstairs sleeping.
I'm gonna say, Joe, if you ever want to make a comment as Dion, it can just be in your notebook or in your hard drive if you just want to.
Like one of those.
Throw that
I
in
knew
there.
that. To Fox, I knew that you would ask this at this time.
You could be
Fox,
like,
I'm sure you're
Fox
saying
would
what
ask
the
this
actual
question.
fuck right now. So know that I'm agreeing with that statement. What the actual fuck?
Too much power? You got that damn right, Fox.
Fox
Mr.
put
Mayor
the-
losing my head.
Fucking hell, man. This is wild. And it goes way higher than just us.
It's only mostly
Dion has
insane.
4
Literally.
questions, 2 on Biotechnica and 2 on what this guy's been doing specifically. And
Yeah, Tate, but I want to RP for a bit. Damn.
yeah, I'm just saying, keep going.
I love you, by the way. You're great.
Jobs that we have to get back
One
to.
question I would like to, or one thing I would like to figure out is kind of, were there any insiders, like people working for Biotechnica or people working for one of the sister or parent companies? Were there any human hands on site at the time?
At the time of
The accidents, like the gas main, like not people who were brainwashed or otherwise controlled, but like people who were working on behalf of the company on site.
You don't think so, or at least nobody who was like fully aware. A lot of these places you were just haven't had Biotechnica people in it, but it's a pretty small circle who's would know these things' capabilities.
It's gotta be the bugs, man.
Yeah, Dion's definitely
however-
written. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, however, this is a question about Biotechnica and not about the events. If you want more details, there are more details to be had there. But okay. Very few people would know about this. However, you are aware that these, the kind of bugs that would impart this kind of control, they can't live very long. Like by their nature, they kind of have to be this sort of mayfly lifespan. And they tend to die pretty quickly to also just the environment of Night City. They are not fully adapted. So there is a delivery system, you just don't think it's a person, if that makes sense. Like, there's no people around, but you can't keep an eye on every drone, every vehicle, every cyber, whatever.
Yeah,
but
I mean, that would be
very few people in
easier
Biotechnica
anyway.
know about this. Yeah. You're pretty sure Antonio maybe made this like a weird backdoor that only some of the executives know, and their plan was effectively to use this to like corporate sabotage other companies or stuff like that, cause accidents on purpose. He's just stealing that.
Fuck, yeah. Well,
So what is
we
Dion
got
right?
the
I want to
benefit
know.
of knowing. We got the benefit of
Yeah.
knowing who's after us, at least.
It would be
No,
interesting
I
what
got
Dion
one
wrote in his
idea.
notebook or
Oh,
sorry.
yeah. So, yeah, Dion has definitely wrote some not despairing, but like maybe a little bit despairing notes about like how like the level of resources required to have kind of not automated but like completely hands-off like ways of not just killing somebody but killing somebody through these accidental means at what could very well be the push of a button, and just to do so again and again and again, like with like no limiting resource or no bottleneck, seemingly no bottleneck. Like they could just keep doing it until it gets you.
Right. That's horrifying to think about.
Keeps coming
Depressing.
and coming and never stops.
And as long as we are aware of it, we can expect more of it to come our way.
And Dion's written "no cameras" over and over. It's like his new motto.
Please, no cameras.
Like,
Yeah.
there's been times throughout the week where somebody's been on their phone taking a picture, and Dion's just like bolted, or he's like knocked it out of their hands, out of like paranoia, or maybe not even paranoia at this point.
All right then. Well, D's scrawlings make a point at the very least. We got phase 1 of our plan. We need to go incognito, stay low, like the lowest low we possibly can.
Maybe invest in what's it called, bug spray. Not sure if these new fangled bugs are going to be ignored or not.
That's damn straight for sure. Which goes to the further
Pretty sure
point.
bug spray is a lost recipe at this point. Like, there's been bugs for a while. At
That's
least not
okay. I
here.
remember an old recipe. Jasmine. The smell of jasmine apparently wards away a lot of them.
It's like those 1940s like chemical recipes that are like extremely volatile. This is the wrong way to do something, but they're still preserved.
I would love for Daniel to be like just outside of this and be like, all I heard is about bugs, but you could get some of them old-timey dryer sheets and just strap them under your hat. Most gnats will keep you alone.
I appreciate all the advice on bug remedies. If we could focus on the task at hand, please. I can't believe I'm the one doing this. What the fuck has happened in 3 months?
You're the mayor. You know how to delegate now.
Stop reminding me about that. I do not need more headaches right now.
LynX is
Dion's
definitely
also-
not paying attention at this point.
I'm gonna hurt my fucking self.
Well, to be fair, she's sitting there cross-referencing all the times that she's noticed issues with the issues on the network, right? Blips, whether it has to do with the drones or whatever, and cross-referencing it with the just cross-referencing it with events in Dion's notebook.
All right, follow on point
Oh,
then.
absolutely.
Follow on point then. Looking over the links. How much of your gear back at the apartment is mobile?
You can answer that. I don't know.
So I feel like LynX is just like it like stops. Thinks for a second. I mean, the architecture's technically mobile if we can stuff it in a box. The only problem is we have a lot of wires, which is like the original setup was pretty mobile, right? They had to move it from the night market.
And it's sort of expanded since then.
It's been it's expanded to like there's nodes and more nodes, and it's just wired all over the place. It's a mess.
I'm gonna say that you have kind of access to it with these fly drones. You're just now aware that you're gonna have to be defensive about deploying those if you're being attacked by these things.
Whenever we wrap up here, take 2 of Elijah's guys in a car down to the apartment, grab whatever ain't bolted down or can't be focused there, and bring it over here. Doc, I know you still got your work to do back with your folks. I'm not gonna keep you from that. And Dion, I know you drift around, so obviously I'm not locking anybody in here, but y'all should all maybe keep this like the home base for a while. It's a secure spot. We got private security here. We can all be taken care of. Not saying you gotta stay here, but maybe this is our home base for now. Yeah.
You'll wait for Dion to get up, but you can answer now, Joe. It's fine.
Oh,
He has written his
He
notebook.
texted this to
yes.
you. You can respond.
Oh, I feel like it's
You
more
like-
fun
you don't
for
have-
flavor if Dion's already like went to bed, but he's written
Yeah.
down like possible home bases, and he's like narrowed it all down to just neon lights. He has like a map, and he just like went around it with a bunch of circles,
It's fair. Well,
and he drew.
Wait,
Neon Lights-
are we in Neon Lights or are we in the mayor?
no,
No, you're in Foxy's
we're in-
penthouse.
Yeah, I
Oh,
own a
sorry,
private
that's-
penthouse in the corporate zone.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I got it confused.
you're
But
good.
like,
You have a list. It's like Foxy's penthouse, neon lights, Manny the Spider's like irradiated bunker.
and then this one
Foxy's
very
penthouse
specific
again.
like dumpster.
Foxy's penthouse, neon lights, Manny's
A
hot
dumpster
zone
that always
area,
has-
a certain dumpster, Foxy's penthouse again.
It's like
LynX
this
is
dumpster that's it's never more than like it's never more than a quarter full, so there's always some room.
Yeah,
True that.
pretty sure I could put a false bottom on it and just like lay there. No one would know. Anyways,
Listen, ain't no
I mean, the
dumpster.
Not a
smell would
false
drive
bottom
away
under
most
the
biological
trash.
things.
Not the flies, not the bugs.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we got 3 whole bedrooms. The sheets can change regularly enough, so don't gotta worry about me. I haven't done anything in them too recently. Victoria will take care of anything you guys need or anything you need taken care of. We're gonna just crash here for as long as we need to. Anything else is kept off the radar. Comms are mostly done here. Otherwise, it's mostly kept mouth to mouth. You feel me?
I mean, as long as you're
I
fine
would
with.
love. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. No, you keep going.
I was gonna say I would love for LynX to roll me. I think security tech is the right thing for this cross-referencing thing that she's doing right now, but I'd love a roll about that.
Alright, once again, reroll +2. That's a 19 plus 2 is a 21.
21?
21. Yeah.
Can you do
you
some film? Sorry.
you're cross-referencing like Dion's notes, and in his notebook, there's some that coincide with what he's doing, like what was happening to him in that week. However, the hard drive is far more noticeable. It seems like the cameras and them going out almost exclusively follow Antonio's movements. You have been searching for this guy because you were aware that he existed and Dion was looking for him. You haven't gotten a camera on him in the 3 months, and you just thought that maybe he went to ground. He maybe had some like custom cyberware that like mixes his face, something like that. Nope. You are pretty sure now he has been directing these things to cut off your cameras in what seems like accidents wherever he goes.
That's
Shit.
interesting,
Old
because that means we
bastard.
can figure out where he or persons of interest are based on what places have been cut off.
Yeah.
Or more
There's at
accurately,
least
it means if we get him in one place, we know we get you direct access to whatever the fuck he's doing.
yeah, the thing that you
Speaking
would
of-
really know is there's like
Hmm,
3
sorry.
paths that follow over that 3 months that then reduces to 2 paths. And you're not sure which is which, but there's not a lot of places like that. Narrows it down to about 2 locations it could be. We'll talk about later.
But that's certainly one option. We can flush him out.
Ooh. Okay. Is this my? How many questions do I have left?
You have 1 Biotechnica and 2 what's happened to you in the last week.
And can I turn one of the what's happened to me questions onto Antonio and get some more information about him? Or is that
Yeah, I'm
more
gonna say
biotechnical?
that's valid. Yeah.
Dion is at this point he's like a wild animal.
Mhm.
So he found out where Antonio's family, or he tried to find out where Antonio's family is, if he has one.
Bold moves.
Anybody who could be used
Yeah.
as leverage.
The skull moves. I do it myself.
There are 3 people that you found out about. Did I cut out? Sorry, y'all froze.
No, you're good. You're good, bro.
Just for a second, but I heard it.
I'm gonna wait a second because
Oh,
I
no.
can't hear anybody.
Oh no.
Hey Twitch, how's it going? Don't know if you can hear
Well,
me either.
we can all hear
We
you.
can hear
so
you.
You can just keep narrating.
You,
I can hear you now.
We can all
Second.
hear you the whole time.
look how sociable our
Goddamn.
GM is.
We should maybe break and let Tate reset his Twitch
Right, you caught up.
or Discord
Aha.
if we want to do that.
Anyways, no, I think that we could go for just a second. You found 3 people. 3 people that are his family. He has 2 parents who have separated. Both are in Europe. And he has a younger sister who is in the Republic of Seattle to the north. He does not seem to talk to his parents at all, but because you rolled pretty well for this one, you know he's messaged his sister a few times, and in fact, you don't know what his preparations really are about, but he's been making preparations, and it seems like he's involved her with it. There's been several times he has been in, like, extended himself, public spaces, places you might find him. And it seems like he's called his sister immediately after. Just because it was a deduction roll, you're like, I think he's involving her with whatever this is.
Okay, so Dion's essentially made a list of, like, who can we find to put the hurt on this guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
Sounds
gonna
like
write that
Seattle
down.
option
Pretty
might be
much,
the best plan
mostly
there.
his sister.
All right then, that's aware. That's something we got. We got leverage certainly. I mean, I know we have gumptions about going against families from our last outings together. I'm perfectly fine with not considering that option, but it is an option. We might have to play hardball with this situation.
I mean, Dion, especially considering his own past, would never, like, hurt a child.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm gonna be clear. This is a sister of like 2 years younger than him. This is an adult.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
okay.
fair. I mean, I also was supposed to just saying that to, like, the other 2 people here who are still present with me, who are, you know, still taking in the information with me, like, you know.
It'd at least be interesting to know what she does that he thinks involving her is a good idea.
Or maybe what she knows.
Now we're thinking properly. So then, families are an option. Option B, if we really feel like we want to get our hands on Mr. the Director Antonio or whatever, I'd say maybe I'm possibly big enough to say if I can get him down for a meeting, at least for a few minutes. I know people who know people.
He's also met us.
But, all things considered, Seattle option might be easier. He's already following us. We go right to his sister. That's almost like directly saying to him, come talk to us real quick. And also gets him out of Night City, which probably separates him from at least a good deal of his power base. We don't know how many of those bugs he has buzzing around in places that aren't Night City, yeah?
Well, he already has eyes on us, and he's had eyes on us for a good couple months.
So we'll have to move in discretion. Y'all know I'm a little bad at that.
Yeah, well, usual haunts means we probably shouldn't be going there.
Mm-hmm. All right. I got a little thought on how to break this down. I'm cooking on a little plan. I might need a day or 2 to move some shit around, but I'm thinking I might be able to get us a nice way to get over to wherever we're going, if the Seattle plan sounds like the right move. Doc?
Before we do that, I have an idea. If
Talk to
I can get a sample, if I can get a sample of those bugs, I might be able to whip us up a defense against whatever it is that they're hijacking people with.
Well,
It's
all
only
right,
a hunch.
If any experience holds, your hunches tend to yield good things for us, and sometimes profit for me.
Actually, if I can make it work, it might be worth getting it out there.
Damn right. If Pythonic can fuck with whoever they want to, with whatever they want to, we should get people a defense to that. I don't like letting corporations fuck around with my people.
Not to mention, it'd make a great story for Dion.
Excellent, wonderful. I am frozen again. Please fix very quick. Da 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 da.
Oh no!
We can, hey,
We
we can
can-
always
we-
hear
can
you
you
when
hear
you
me?
freeze.
We
Yeah.
can hear you.
Hey, we can always hear you when you freeze.
Right when I was going into my monologue too, I was about to just do the thing.
No, we were RPing anyway. You should.
I am so frozen now.
It's fine. You could have held the monologue for a bit. We were still RPing. It was great.
Yeah, you're good. We'll just do.
Yeah,
You know.
You're fine. It's totally fine.
Any more stuff in this scene? I don't want to interrupt. I didn't kind of miss the last second.
I'll just say, okay, I think we'll just wrap this. Just like, for now, let's lay low for a couple days. Give me max 5, a week if I really need the time. Lay low, attend your usual business. Don't do anything off kilter. And don't talk to nobody about nothing crazy. All right? If you need something, come slide to me. I got plenty of to take care of whatever we need.
I think LynX is just gonna be. It's a little late to not let other people know, and she just sort of like taps her headset.
Well, those are allowed to be aware. I trust your brothers more than I trust most people around here. But outside of those people, my niggas we got downstairs, and well, I guess anybody else we think is worthwhile enough, we keep this one on the hush, all right? The super hush.
At least it'll make a nice story for D. He's a media man after all.
You ain't wrong.
And
Can we trust
anyways,
you to keep it on the
you
hush?
guys
Sir,
sort
I
of-
go up the building.
I don't want to interrupt Fox's retort if he's got one.
No,
but,
no, I think we leave it there, honestly. I love it. Go ahead, please.
he's like, can I?
He's like, damn, you know?
uh,
I don't
True,
really
true.
do this
Like, Loki, Doc's already worried about him saying we need to go incognito. It's like, is he gonna survive that?
It's gonna be difficult.
He laughs
as
like that.
LynX,
Must resist
you
the urge to flex.
compile. Yeah, as LynX, as you sort of compile whatever photos you can, you're trying to get a good view on where this like laser thing came from, the angle, what's it doing, and you come across a single photo. It's actually taken from the dash cam, effectively, of the car that you were in, as it sort of skidded around. It's blurry. It's not super accurate, but there's a person, or at least looks like a person at first, standing in an alleyway. It's like they have a single cyber eye in the center of their head that shot a light out at one of the cameras. You see the sort of tail end of this symbol almost on their face is the only word you have for it. Like the lights that cause this laser are maybe unique, maybe biological feeling almost. But you can tell as you clean it up, either they're the most cybered up person you've ever seen, or that's not a person. And there is, at first you think it's smoke and realize, no, it's a swarm. It's a swarm of flies. And it's a swarm of flies over some strange robot thing.
Robot person thing. Oh, that's not.
And that's what we're gonna leave this.
Is that in here with us?
Good.
No, that was a photo that LynX
Okay.
on the
Okay,
street next
okay.
to you. By the way, it was the street right the hell next to you.
Oh, that's
And-
terrifying. That's so less
That's some
terrifying.
that's some
it's-
horror
it's the
video
candy
game shenanigans.
Yeah. And to be-
No,
And to be clear,
no.
it's the most borderline between human and robot LynX you have ever seen in your life.
No, I'm horrified about
Fucking
that.
Actual Beelzebub has.
I was
joined
hoping
the
there would be some body horror.
I was just about to be excited to make money, friends, and now I'm horrified. Great, man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. Just what I didn't need in a cyberpunk
Only
campaign.
beyond yours. Get good. Anyways, my name is Tate Washburn. It's been excellent running this game. You can find me at Tate the Terrific on It's still Twitter. Fight me, Elon, and maybe some other
It's still
places if I care to
URL.
be found there. I don't give a damn what the URL is. Anywho,
I'm saying the
I've had a
URL
fun
is still
time.
Twitter.
It's not for me. Anyways, it's been changing. Look, not important. Anywho, yeah, I've had a great time starting this game back up. We should have 2 more sessions after this if my players decide to. Maybe 3. We'll see about that.
Maybe 3.
No, 3 more. I mean, 2 more after
It's gonna
this
be.
one.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be 3. It's gonna be.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
knowing
3
these
more.
guys, it's gonna be 3. It's gonna be 3. Anyways,
Sorry, just letting you know right now.
I would love to go in the reverse order that we started with. Give us your name, who you've been playing, and your socials if you got them. And anything that you want to promote, now is the time. I believe that means
Throw the hits on while we out here.
Joe is first. All right, let's go to.
Hell yeah.
I wanted it quiet for a second for the reveal. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Joe. You can find me on Twitter as Impact Font Joe. It's not really anything. There's nothing there. Not
It's Twitter, that's fine.
you know. Spotify, I guess. Joe Hate Club. And Instagram too. Oh yeah, and Twitch too. I forgot I don't stream anymore, but maybe someday. Yeah, that's about it. Nice to be back.
We missed you. We're glad to have you back. Yay.
Thank you.
I believe that's Dan, but I don't got Twitch open right now. So
That is correct.
Wait, what?
You're next.
Go.
We're doing reverse order.
Oh, hey, look at me. Hey, I'm Dan. I played our favorite doctor, Dr. Hook. My everything still says tweet and retweet, so I'm still calling it Twitter, and you can find me there at Dan. It is not called Z. I'll take Zeet over post, but it's not called Z.
You don't want to be posters? We can't
You're not a
posters
Zeeter?
together?
I'll be a Zeeter before I'm a
Sounds
poster.
dirty.
I think I'd be a poster before I was a Zeeter, honestly.
All right. Anyway.
At least Zeeting is still unique. It's
I will
not
be a
generic.
caveman of the internet before I zeet.
Whatever the hell that means.
Please do your fucking outro. Oh, God.
Sorry.
My tweets at Land the Dan, all one word. Oh yeah, and I'll be back here in 2 weeks for The World Within You, which is our Jet Set Radio inspired Void Heart Symphony campaign that I'm in with a few other dipshits in this fall.
Anyways, I think that's oh, sorry.
Sorry?
You go. Finish.
And then, let's see. Next week, actually, on Wednesday, we will be back for By His Shadowed Peace, our Warhammer 40k inspired political intrigue mystery thriller. A dude's head blew up in the last one, spoilers. So we're probably going to be dealing with that. And then, according to this, Sunday, I will be here for org meeting at.
God damn it.
Sounds
That it?
thrilling,
We
I'm
good?
sure.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm done.
I believe it's Foxy next.
All right. Hello, friends. It's Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Phillies finest. I can be found all over the internet at YUNGFOXXII. Sometimes there's an underscore in the middle, so if you can't find one, look for the other. I'm usually hanging out in the LynX roleplay right here, and I do all kinds of cool stuff. And this place you're going to see me right here on your screen is going to be next Wednesday for By a Shadow Peace. As mentioned, someone's head did blow up. It was kind of wild. After that, I'll be right there the next day after that for an Unblazeable flashback episode. Someone's head might blow up there. I hope not, but we'll see. And then 2 days after that, you'll see me back here on Saturday for Bite Marks Lunar Pulse. Someone's skin fell off last time. It was bad. Lots of body horror happening in the LynX roleplay these days, I guess. I guess we're entering we left the mecha era and are now entering in the body horror era, I guess. It's wonderful. That's all I got for tonight, friends. It's been wonderful. I'm so fucking happy to be back. Thank you for 450 followers. Thank you for being great. And I'm going to pass it on back to our GM to keep us moving for the night.
Well, first, we got Michelle.
That's true. We do have me. Hi, it's me, Michelle, and today I played LynX, our netrunner, who is, well, she saw the body horror thing first and is, oh boy! Not doing this. Not very happy with the.
It's bodily horrifying.
The man made horrors beyond my comprehension. I didn't
Yeah,
sign
no,
up for
that
those.
sounds like a really bad horror video game plot line that she definitely did not read the synopsis to, and maybe freaked out about. Maybe.
Nah.
Anyways, you can find me here on Wednesday, also for By His Shadow Piece, where I play our very zealous sister. You also find me here for as the GM, our Sage of Six Paths for the Bladeswell flashback. Yes, we are delving into more body horror. No, you don't have to worry about it from the Flashback scene, because the Flashback scene is going to be very nice and wholesome. Probably. Probably.
Depends on what two idiots on this call decide to do with it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah. Yup.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then you'll catch me in two Mondays for The World Within You. Super fun. So, beyond that, there's more on the schedule, but we'll pass it back up to Tate.
Well, I have already done my outro. You can find me at the next time that I play will be The World Within You. I also am over on a friendly channel of ours, Singularity Roleplay, on Wednesday, playing Raz, the Red Ranger in a Henshin game. But that's not as important as the final moment for today as we head out is a single short scene, a window looking over Night City, impossibly high, seeing the mist-filled neon-lit streets and the cars beneath it, as a single figure in a long, fine coat and excellently trimmed hair flexes his hand before him, and red-hot nails somehow exude from his fingertips without burning a single cell. The glow reflects off of his face of the window as Antonio looks down on Fox's penthouse and smiles.
Ah, fuck.
See everybody.
What?
No words.
What?